I have a lot of respect for Dave Ramsey. He's helped millions of people get out of debt, and that matters. But when it comes to actually building a retirement for entrepreneurs, business owners, growth-minded men and women, high-income professionals, the playbook he teaches leaves serious money on the table. I recently sat down with the man the Wall Street Journal calls America's IRA expert, Ed Slott, CPA. He flew into Orlando for our event. He doesn't sell insurance. He doesn't sell investments. He has no product, no commission, no agenda. And what he told me should alarm every man and woman in this country who thinks their 401k plan is an actual retirement plan. So please stay with me. Here's what nobody tells you. The 401k was created in 1978 for corporations to replace pension programs that were costing companies too much money. See, the retirement vehicle that 60 million Americans are depending on was created to save corporations money, not build your wealth. That is congressional record. And Ed Slott, who has spent decades helping Americans navigate this, said it plainly when we sat down together.
Everybody that did everything the right way, this is how we were taught. You get a job, you open a 401k, you put money in an IRA, but it's a trap. I call it a tax time bomb because these are tax-deferred accounts. The IRA is an IOU to the IRS. That's what it is. It's just a building, compounding, growing debt. And every day that goes by that you do nothing about it, that's the less that you'll have when you'll need it most.
Here are the 4 retirement traps hiding inside the conventional 401k retirement plan. Trap number 1, the tax trap. The 401k is tax deferred, not tax free. You're not avoiding the tax, you're delaying it. And you're betting right now that tax rates in 30 years will be lower than what they are today. Ed Slott addressed this directly in our conversation. He said,
tax rates are at an all-time low, and now's the time to strike. Rates are unbelievably low. You look at the history of tax rates, most people have never seen rates this low in their lifetime, and I don't think they're going to go much lower. In fact, I'm worried they're going to go higher just when you reach in for yours in retirement when the paychecks stop.
And here's what that actually looks like in real American numbers. The average American retires with just $20,000 in their 401k. Now, at a 4% withdrawal rate, that's only $8,000 a year before taxes. That's not retirement, that's survival. Trap number 2, the healthcare trap. This is the one that nobody is talking about, and it may be the most dangerous of it all. You know what the average couple spends on healthcare in retirement? Over $1 million. Some projections push it closer to $2 million, depending on your health history, long-term care needs, and how long you live. Now here's where it gets brutal for the 401k holders specifically. If a major health event hits you, a diagnosis, a stroke, a need for long-term care, a heart attack, and you survive, and your money is locked inside an IRA or 401k, you have to do one move. That's all you got because it's all you prepared for. Pull it out of that account. Now, every dollar you pull out is now taxable income at that tax rates down the road. So now you're sick, you're stressed, and you're being forced to accelerate your withdrawals, which accelerates your tax bill, which burns through your retirement money faster. Now, Ed Slott spoke to this from personal experience. He told me about his own mother, retired in a very nice retirement community. He said,
had she taken that money from her IRA or a former 401k, she would have been crushed because she had to take more money because we have her in a very nice retirement community now. But she would have been crushed in terms of adding more withdrawals from that IRA. Can you talk a little bit about what navigation in terms of healthcare?
She doesn't have a choice. This is the problem. Anybody with an IRA, I always say, you don't get your plan, you got the government plan. You're on the government plan because whether you want to or not, if you just have an IRA or a 401k, you're on the government plan, which means you are subject to forced withdrawal.
see, that's the healthcare trap. A health crisis becomes a financial crisis because your money, why, is in the wrong place. Now here's what changes that equation. Certain properly structured index universal life policies carrying living benefits, that means, Lord forbid something happens, you can access a portion of the death benefit while you are still alive. A critical illness, you have a chronic condition, a long-term care need, you are not forced to raid a taxable account. You access your own policy on your terms. That is not a death benefit. That is a living benefit. But I want to be clear. Not all index universal life policies are built this way. The policy has to be structured correctly. The distinction matters. We'll come back to it. Tax trap 3, the market trap. In 2008, the average 401k lost 38% of its value in 1 year. People who planned to retire in 2009 had to keep working, sometimes 5 more years. Ed Slott gave me a principle in that interview I want every person watching this to write down. He said,
in retirement, income, guaranteed income, is more important than savings because savings can run out. You could lose it in the market.
you can't control when the market crashes. You're not in those meetings, but you can control whether your retirement is at the mercy of it. Trap number 4, the legacy trap. This one hits men and women right in the soul. When you die, the 401k passes to your heirs. Hopefully you have a beneficiary named. And they pay income tax on it for every dollar that they inherit. The wealth you spent 40 years building, that wealth gets taxed again. Ed Slott broke down exactly how Congress moved on this. He told me,
We know Congress doesn't like IRAs anymore. That's what they said in Secure Act, the original Secure Act, because they felt it was too much of a gift for children and grandchildren stretching out IRAs for 20, 30, 50 years.
Sure.
And they killed that benefit.
Right.
They specifically killed that benefit, and they made IRAs, they downgraded IRAs as a wealth transfer or estate planning vehicle, but indirectly, they upgraded things like life insurance. In fact, all they did is incentivize all of us to do the better planning we should have been doing all along.
my favorite proverb, chapter 13, verse 22, a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. That's 2 generations. The conventional plan doesn't build that legacy. It builds a tax bill. Drop trap in the comments right now if any of these 4 traps hits home for you. Now, welcome to the payoff section. Because here's what the men and women building 7-figure retirements are actually doing. It's called a life insurance retirement plan, commonly known as a LIRP, built using an index universal life policy that a lot of people refer to as an IUL. Before you click off, stay with me for 60 seconds. Because what Dave Ramsey says about life insurance is true for one kind of policy. It does not apply to what I'm about to show you. Don't take my word for it. Take Ed Slott's. Again, CPA, certified public accountant. Doesn't sell insurance, no commission, no product, just a tax expert who spent decades watching Americans make the wrong call. Here's what he told me.
Life insurance is a much better asset to use during life, lifetime benefits we talked about with the cash value, and as a tax-free windfall for beneficiaries.
So here's how it works. Pillar number 1, tax-free growth. When you overfund a properly structured policy, your money grows indexed to the S&P 500 when it grows, but not on the downside. And we pulled that into retirement. You can take it out as a policy loan. Now, policy loans are not taxable income according to Internal Revenue Code 7702. Ed Slott said this. Now, I want you to hear specifically from a tax guy specifically. He says,
I love anything that grows tax-free because we get rid of our partner, Uncle Sam. The growth you keep 100%.
not deferred, tax-free, according to Section 101A of the IRS code. Pillar number 2, the floor. When the market crashes, and it will, it's just a matter of when, your cash value doesn't go backward. Most properly structured index universal life policies carry a 0% floor. Now the S&P 500 potentially drop to 30, 40, 50% or more. But your account doesn't lose a dollar. You get the upside, but you're protected from the downside. That is the answer to trap number 3. Pillar number 3, living benefits. Remember trap number 2, which is healthcare? Now, certain, not all, certain index universal life policies allow you to access that benefit while you are alive. If you face a qualifying health event, such as critical illness, a chronic condition, long-term care. Now, this is not every policy. This is a properly structured policy with the right riders built in from the start. Design of this policy matters. But when it's built correctly, you're not at the mercy of your medical situation. You have capital on your terms through these policies. Which leads me to pillar number 4. Legacy is built in. The death benefit passes to your family income tax-free, no probate, direct to your heirs. Ed Slott said it plainly, quote,
But a lot of clients, a lot of people want their children having more money, and the best money to leave them is tax-free money, which is what life insurance does. More CPAs attending my programs than ever before where I talk about life insurance, and they see it as a viable solution.
that tax bill from trap number 4, gone. Convert it into a generational income tax-free gift. The wealthy have used this tool for nearly 200 years. Walt Disney, JCPenney, Ray Kroc at McDonald's, all of them used life insurance as a financial instrument, not just as a death benefit or something you just use during your funerals. It's a living asset. It's not a secret. It's just not taught. So drop plan in the comments below if you want to know how to get one built the right way. I was a United States Marine, 22 years old, broke, bankrupt, single father. Everything I was taught about retirement was built on hope. Hope the market goes up, hope tax rates stay low, hope I live long enough to use it. Sitting down with men like Ed Slott, men who spent years in their entire career watching retirement plans fail from the inside, confirmed everything I learned building this agency for the past 26 years. Men and women who build real wealth don't do it with hope. They engineer. They stop being on the government's plan and start running their own plan. That shift from hoping to engineering is what this channel exists to give you. You are one decision away from building a retirement your children will thank you for. So go make it. If you got value from this, please hit like. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe and hit notifications to be alerted next time we upload our next episode. And again, please drop your biggest takeaways in the comment section below. That being said, thanks for watching. God bless you. And from Dallas, Texas, I'm your money smart guy. And until we meet again, continue to live smart, continue to love smart, and be money smart today.